Hello again. I have been sent a meme this week. I think people find things to send to me, and I love it. I love, hearing people say, "What do you think about this?" And they send me something, either to sort of wind me up or encourage me. I'm not sure. Anyway, I got sent a meme, and please keep sending them in. I do love them. And I got sent this meme, and the meme says, it's been tweeted out by somebody, and meme is a Greek word meaning mimema. Useless information, but it's been repeated quite a lot around the internet, and you may have come across it. And it says, "I don't know who needs to hear this, but when you're using your phone, stop using your pinky as an anchor. It's destroying your wrist and aggravating your ulnar nerve." And that was tweeted by Mrs. Bunridge. I think the answer to this is I had to think about this, and I couldn't work out why people would use their pinky as an anchor, and there's a reason for that, and I'll tell you that shortly. I love a statement. I love somebody that's saying it's doing this and it's doing that as a statement of fact. Well, is it destroying your wrist and is it aggravating your ulnar? And the answer is no, it's not destroying your wrist, and it may or may not be aggravating your ulnar nerve, depending on who you are and what your history is. But we are very flexible people. What concerns me is that somebody would be spending so long on their phone that they're aggravating anything. So the answer to that is go and read a book. But what this means, and if you're not sure what they're talking about, is this. It's this sort of resting the phone here on this little finger while you're then using it, and you're spending so long doing it that something's destroying your ulnar nerve, supposedly. Well, you'd have to be doing it for a very long time for it to have an effect, and I know some people are, especially people who have these amazingly long nails, and you see them and they can't get anywhere near the screen, they're tapping away with this. And I know a lot of people spend a lot of time on their phones doing this kind of stuff and playing games and what have you. But what would concern me more is the position of the head to do this. If you're down in this position for so long that you're doing this, then there's a lot of stuff associated with forward head posture. There's a condition known as digital depression even now that's out there. So many kids are using this forward head posture, not breathing properly, and hunched over, that it really is having a detrimental effect. And forward head posture has been listed as a whole bunch of things, from increased risk of falls to lack of breathing, and even in Parkinson's, there's a thing called camptocormia, which is this extreme forward flexion. So as far as the ulnar nerve is concerned, well, let's have a little look at it. I borrowed a chap from it. I'm not going to do armless. It's just too cheap, and it's too corny, and I haven't got the bones for it. But this is the ulnar side. So this is the ulnar bone. The bone is the ulnar, and this is the radial bone, and it's coming off the humerus, which I always find amusing. And what am I supposed to do? I'm here staring in front of a camera, so I have to amuse myself. But the radial nerve and the ulnar nerve form part of the brachial plexus. So we have this brachial plexus is coming out from the neck, and there's roots and branches. And the three main nerves of the brachial plexus in the forearm are the radial nerve, the ulnar nerve, and the median nerve in the middle. Now, the median nerve is associated with carpal tunnel and pressure on this retinaculum tissue that presses onto the median nerve. There's good reasons why I don't think that carpal tunnel is a thing. I don't think it exists, but that's another story. But certainly the little finger is innervated by branches of the ulnar nerve, and so compressing on it or doing damage to that finger could, in theory, get feedback to the nerve. But it's very localized. You're not necessarily going to damage the nerve further along it or into the elbow or up into the forearm itself. So from that perspective, no, you're not going to be able to sort of damage it. Lots of movement, more movement is going to be associated with better function. That's always the way it's going to be. But again, so sitting in one position, holding something, you're going to get some stiffness in it. You're going to get some soreness in it. You're going to get, as a result, restriction of movement. So get out and move your hands around and do some fine motor work and get that head and neck moved as well. Because again, you've got these sort of 8 bones of the wrist, and they all need moving around. So yeah, get out and read a book. There are some things that we can do which would, oh yeah, that's the other thing is the reason I couldn't work out why, why people do this like this is because I don't. And the reason I don't do it is because I have this thing on the back of my phone. I have this thing which is a little pop out. And so that then pops out. And so I have my phone, I can hold my phone in 2 fingers. And so my fingers are always in this sort of natural loose position. I got this about a year ago. I saw some people in America having one and I got one. And they're great. And they can also act as a little stand, so you can sort of stand your phone up like this, and that's quite useful as well if it just sort of stands on the table. But yeah, go and strengthen the fingers. If you find your fingers are weak, or you're training to enter some kind of phone Tetris competition. I don't know. People still play Tetris on phones these days, I don't know. But there are these things that you can have. This is called a grip master, and this is used for people who do a lot of climbing. You can get different strength grips. This is a medium grip one, and presumably people also play the trumpet, so you can get those things. I'll put a picture of it closer up there. I haven't got a link to an Amazon shop or anything. I wouldn't know how to set an Amazon shop up, but I could sell loads of stuff, actually. Loads of stuff I could recommend, but so if anybody wants to set me an Amazon shop up, let me know. Yeah, so there's your grip master thing there, and there's lots of things. There's also there's a rotating ball that you can use as well to strengthen the wrist. If you find that you're getting pains in the wrist or something like that, then fine. But remember, the thing about the human is that we're incredibly plastic and adaptable species, and we can do lots of things for quite some period of time. Concert pianists can play the piano for 8 hours and practice 8 hours, and fiddle players can practice the violin for a long period of time. So there's lots of things that we can do and be adaptable while we do them. So I don't worry too much about things in that respect, and look out for extreme claims that aren't necessarily true. So thank you very much again for watching. Please send me your feedback, questions, subscribe, do all the things you have to do on social media. I love getting the comments, and I love the enthusiasm that you all have for stuff that I post out there. So thank you very much indeed. And I will see you, not this fella, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.